always funny sitting beside someone on a bicycle that can probably hear what you're saying and talking to yourself in a helmet. But yeah, whatever, something I'll have to get used to. I can't make a right turn here, so what we'll do is we'll make a left turn. Just realise where I am. What are you doing, buddy? Keep going, keep going, keep going. Nice. Just about took a wrong turn. Don't see many Corvettes around, especially not of that era. Looks pretty tidy condition. Yeah, nice. And left-hand drive too. That must be a bit of a pain when you're driving here in New Zealand. Obviously we drive on the left, so it must be a bit awkward driving a left-hand vehicle on a street. What are you doing, buddy? Keep going. Good man. Right, and we'll turn down here. So, if anyone's not familiar with Christchurch, the street that we're approaching is Colombo Street, the main drag, or the main street of the city. And if anyone is unfamiliar, I am a volunteer firefighter, so I did spend a lot of time in here during the earthquake. But yeah, the city is mostly rebuilt. There's still lots of places that used to be buildings. As you can see, most of these car parks that you see left and right of me, they were originally buildings, and they are no longer there. So it's very sad that these used to be buildings. A lot of the heritage buildings that were around are no longer here. As you can see, there's an older one over there just past that Ford sign. Obviously that one's in quite disarray, and lots of buildings of that nature and that era are no longer, or they're in a steep disarray of repair. But yeah, it's very sad that we lost a lot of the old heritage buildings. It's always used to be nice coming into the city and seeing the old history of Christchurch. But on the flip side, it is a good thing because now we get new ones like the two buildings in front of me now. So it brings the age of the city, it makes it look more modern. But at the time, a lot of Christchurch people were very heartbroken and sad for the city. Obviously we lost some people as well, which is never a good thing. But it is what it is. Stuff happens and you can't do much about it. And there's the police. So the earthquake did change the city quite dramatically. obviously the central CBD where we are now turned into basically a big ass car park. Excuse the coughing. So yeah, turned into a big ass car park because a lot of places and a lot of heritage buildings were damaged or lost, or they were damaged and then they were pulled down because they were completely unsafe. You know, unfortunately, some people say, well, why weren't they up to code? Heritage buildings of that nature had a special leeways for bringing them up to code, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but I know that certain buildings had I don't know if they were that didn't have to meet the full code, or they had to meet the code, but they had a lot of time to bring them up to spec. Why are we not moving? Someone's going left and holding up all the traffic, which whoever designs these lights is fantastic. We need to go straight, but that fella goes through a red light. Fantastic. But yeah, whoever designs these traffic lights, sometimes I do wonder, why not have a lane so you can turn left and not hold the people up going straight? But anyway, I'm sure that's like that around the world. I do wonder sometimes. So we're nearly in the central city of Christchurch, or central part of the CBD, I should say, where the cathedral is at. Now, if anyone has been to Christchurch, they generally have been to the cathedral or been walked past it or done whatever. Many times as a kid, we would come into the CBD and see it, walk up it, whatever. There was a good viewing platform up there that you could see most of the CBD. Tram's not coming. But yeah, just where those trees are in front of me, you can see the temporary fencing, the white and the blue where it says, I can't quite read what it says, cars in the way, but that is where the cathedral was at. Can't quite see it yet. I need to be a bit closer, and you can see the pictures, maybe. Makes you wonder what the temperature is today. What is it? Outside air temperature 22 degrees. That's why I'm feeling a bit warm. 22 degrees outside, so it's not a bad day. Great day for a ride, as I said. 20 degrees is just nice, it's not too hot. It's just enough. So yep, the trees are definitely overgrown a wee bit, but since the last time I was here. So the Christchurch Cathedral is, or what's left of it. It's been a while since I've actually been into town to actually have a look. I must admit, I don't usually come to town, or especially here anyway. Yep, so they're rebuilding it, looks like. Again, if you're on a motorbike, watch out, or push bike for that matter, you need to watch out for these tram tracks. So the cathedral spire is gone. Lots of reinforcing still around. Again, watch the tram tracks and the tram for that matter. So a lot of new buildings popping up left, right and centre, which I suppose is a good thing. You know, makes the city look younger, more modern. But as you can see, another car parked to my left. Sorry, my right. And they were all buildings as well. So yeah, really sad that we lost a lot of buildings, a lot of culture, a lot of history with the earthquake. But you know, it is what it is, and we can't change it. It was out of our control. We can only clean up and rebuild. And obviously, that is what we're doing. Christchurch Casino, where the only place that wins is the casino. So this is the CBD. Well, we're just running through it, so anyway, hopefully that might have interested some people, may have not. That is fine. So this is more test footage, as I said. I'm riding around just getting some test footage because I need to know what the setup is. Do I need to tweak it? Obviously, different states of the visor will give different audio, and obviously I need that just to determine different settings on the camera, or what I can and can't do to tweak the sound. Well, shouldn't be parked there, mate, but okay, whatever. So it's interesting. Well, I suppose it's not interesting. Strawberry Fair Restaurant, great place for desserts. I remember going there once just for desserts, and the dessert was fantastic. Anyway. Nearly time for lunch. Always find that first shift to be a bit interesting, depending on the RPMs. So, visor down, we obviously get the best audio, I'm sure, because I can hear the change, just the tone change in my helmet. Which is a bit unfortunate because the visor up obviously gives you the most airflow. So. Way do we go? Do I go past Riccarton Mall, or do I head out to the airport? I think I might head out to the airport, because going past a mall at Christmas time does not really float my boat. Hackney Park off to my left, golf course. Central Park in Christchurch, pretty much. It's one thing I like, you know, Hagley Park's relatively huge, and it's in the central part of the city. How many other cities can vouch that they've got a huge park? And I mean, it's huge, you know, if anyone's ever been there, they'll know. They'll know how big it is. Alright, visor's right open, testing the audio now. You know, there's the golf course, there's a place that they usually do all the concerts and festivals at. Kids playground, all the stuff, everything's there. And then on the other side you've got the cricket grounds and netball courts, and yeah, Hagley Park's a great facility to have in the central CBD. So even if you're working, you can go chill out amongst the trees and all the gardens, and it's a nice place to chill out and relax. So this is going to be interesting to see how the audio is. I apologise if there's long spaces of nothing. I'm going to have to look at these clips and decide whether I put them onto YouTube. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Obviously, this is relatively new to me, so but I'm sure that I'm not too bothered. Even there might be something in here that's worth someone's viewing pleasure. Mind you, if anyone's like me, they just like watching bike clips. Some are more interesting than others, and obviously with me being relatively new to the whole YouTube thing, I'm still. What's happening there? A wedding? Maybe? Function? Who knows? Anyway, yeah, getting back to it. I'm relatively new to the whole YouTube thing, so we'll see. There may be certain things that I need to do in the future. Time will tell. I do know there is a time limit on how often or how long your video can be when you're relatively new. Or there used to be. I don't know if that still stands. Maybe it is still there, and maybe it is not. But I guess I won't know until I have a look at the footage and the audio, and hopefully the audio is usable to some degrees. There may be instances where the audio is not usable, but I have faith in the GTI product. Osmo Action 5 Pro, GTI Mini, Mic Mini. I do not have faith in GoPro. The amount of people that have commented, and the amount of people that you see moaning about GoPro online, about it overheating or stopping, is just terrible. GoPro have had the biggest slice of the pie on the market for a long time, and I can understand they probably got sorry, there's a bug on my helmet. It's annoying me. I can just see it. Anyway, GoPro have obviously had the main share of the market for a long time, and I think GoPro have just got lazy. They've not really pushed their cameras. Obviously, there's been small jumps between different cameras, but there's been nothing really big. I'm going to go right now. No real big steps with GoPro at all, and they've just upgraded the cameras marginally, and I say marginally because there's been, well, as far as I know, and I could be completely wrong, there's been no real jump up between series and cameras in the GoPro lineup for a while. It's just been, maybe a slight bump in performance and frames, or a slight bump in batteries, but no real big woohoo moment for GoPro for a long time. And I think where a lot of the consumers of GoPros have finally realised that they haven't fixed the overheating problem, they haven't fixed the shutdowns or the lock-ups that the GoPro's been having, and this just opens the door wide up for other companies, Insta360 and DJI. And I think finally people have had enough and a lot of people were bidding GoPro. So it was one of the decisions I knew off the bat. I knew I wasn't going with GoPro for an action camera. So the only two I looked at was the Insta360, their action camera, and obviously the DJI Action 5 Pro. I did look at the Action 4, but it felt like it was a bit old. But that's probably a wee bit unfair, because the Action 4 is still more than capable of doing what it does, but I did want the extra battery life. But hey, time will tell whether I even keep using this as a main camera, and keep recording, is probably what I really meant to say. Not riding frequently enough due to work, children, but when I do get out to ride, I do like to get out and just have fun. And whether that's riding like we are now, and but at the end of the day, it's just getting out and riding. Just, I can go for a ride for 10 minutes. I can go for a ride for 2 hours. It doesn't matter. Just getting out on the motorbike clears the head. And obviously, if you don't own a motorbike, you won't understand that. And I understand that people that don't own motorcycles don't understand that. Because, well, I don't know, I can't foresay that. If you don't know about it, because you haven't tried something, you can't see the passion and the freedom that it gives you, because you're not willing to try it, or you just haven't. So that sound when you give it some. Just epic. I just love putting the power on. You hear the airbox induction noise, and it is just good. Some people would say it's better than you know what, but you can put that into your mind if you think, and if you, well, that's entirely up to you. Some people will disagree, some people won't. Why did that guy have a golf ball in his hand? Must be an interesting little gadget. He's obviously a golfer. So if anyone out there is looking at the MT-09, highly recommend it. For the money, I don't believe, and again, this is not factual, it's just my opinion, I don't believe there's much out there that can compare with what you get for your money on this bike. And obviously when I talk money, I'm talking New Zealand dollars here. I'm sure this bike is a lot cheaper in other places of the world, but when you count the exchange rate and stuff like that, it's relatively the same. relatively. I'm sure New Zealand's probably a wee bit dearer, because I do know, I think the spikes are, I could be wrong, but I thought the spike was around 10 to 12 in the United States. So is that the same? I'm not too sure. But just off the bat, I would imagine it would be relatively the same. And I'm going to sneak up the side here, I think. No, better not. Or I just change my mind and just do it. This intersection has always been bad for people turning right. All we have a hearse. That's possibly why there's so many people turning right at the time. My condolences to whoever is in there and their family. Hopefully they lived a good life. But yes, anyway, do I recommend the MJ09? I sure do. Things I'm looking to change in the future is probably the comfort seat. The issue is most of new Yamaha's accessories are out of stock and have been for a long time. What is with that? I don't know. I really want to upgrade the comfort seat, but there's not many reviews about it online. There's people that are buying the bike overseas in the States that it's already got the comfort seat on it, so that was obviously how they presented it in the showroom at the dealer that they bought it from. Does it need a comfort seat? Well, you know, I've been on this bike for a few hours and my buttocks is starting to get sore now, but I started riding at about 9 o'clock, I believe, so it's 12:20. Again, another feature that's just small that I love is having a clock on your bike. Simple little things. Again, most bikes these days probably have one, but that's also a big but, because some bikes won't. But it's just little things like that make a bike what it is, you know. Such a simple little thing as a clock. I must remember, you know, back in the day when I had my first couple of bikes, they didn't have a clock on it. I remember I stuck a watch, my broken watch, that I tore the strap off and broke it. So I took it home. I don't know why I took it home. I could have put it in the trash, but I didn't. I took it home and chucked it in my top drawer. It's like, oh, I must get a new strap for that, and I never did. But when I got my bike, and you know, didn't know what the time was, because your watch is obviously covered with all your riding gear, and it's like, well, what's the time? You know, I need to meet my friends or whatever, or you just want to know what the time is because your guts is rumbling, for whatever reason. And yeah, but I stuck my watch to the triple tree of my bike, and I could read it. But again, this is such a little feature that it's like, well, really, dude? You're talking about a little clock on your bike? Well, yeah, it makes a difference. But then I suppose it's a bit of null and void when obviously quad lock coming out and you've got your phone mounted to your bike. So, but again, you're not always possibly going to be riding with your phone, or some people don't. Some people don't trust having their phones on their bikes. I get that. but for whatever reason, again, I'm just talking about features, and little features can make the difference on a bike. But we all know the main features are the look and the power, and then the rest of it is all pretty much secondary. You can, and that's what it is for me. Looks is the main thing. No one wants to ride an ugly bike, and looks are each rider's different. Looks to me, a bike that looks nice to me might look ugly to someone else, but and that's what that's just life. That's just people's different perspectives on certain things, and we all get that. But to me, the MT-09 looks the part. I do prefer it with a lower windscreen, but hey, definitely with the bar end mirrors over the stock ones, but it's just a beast. A lot of comments about the indicators. Some people don't like them. To me, the indicators are fine. Yes, it's different, it's new, but once you get used to them, and that's what it is, it's just, they're new, they're different, you have to get used to them. They're fine. The only probably negative comment I would say is the flash switch right here. It's very easy to knock that accidentally, and then you find out that you're going around with your high beam on all the time. So one thing to look out for, I suppose. Is it a big thing? No. It's just a thing. But yeah. Oh, she is dusty. I definitely need to give this girl a wash. But anyway, it'll happen. But yeah, so this is my MT-09 riding in Christchurch, testing the GDI products, the Mike Mini Action 5 Pro on a guy that's in his mid-40s, loving YouTube, and decided to give it a crack. If you've got advice for me, that's fine, please give it. All I would say is be respectful. I do only put this up just, I may not. I still don't know if I'm going to put this on YouTube, because as I said, it is at the moment test footage. I may put it up without the audio, I don't know, we will see. But yeah, just riding around, having a good time on my bike, and that's what it is. If anyone says different, it is what it is. I just like riding on two wheels, having a fun. What's this guy doing? And having a blast on the bike. There'll be times I use this footage just for footage. I might not might not always talk into the microphone. I may just post riding footage sometimes. I don't know. Obviously it's probably a lot better to be talking a bit more in depth. Like some riding footage is good. Sometimes it's nice to have some talking or feedback or about what the person is doing. But again, each to your own. I've watched several videos of guys just bellowing around on bikes, and I'd be more interested about the scenery and the bike and the riding style, not so much about what the guy has been talking about sometimes, or if he's talking at all. Anyway, so if you like the video, hit me up. If you don't like the video, cool, whatever. Just what don't you like about it? My advisor is fucking up. What other things could we do? We could do a gear review. We could do, a plan review. What am I planning to do to the bike? If anyone wants to see anything particular on this bike, hey, hit me up. Questions about Christchurch, New Zealand in general. So there's the Port Hills. That's the hills. So to the far left was Littleton. So that was the hill that we were standing on in the other video. So it's going to be interesting to see what this comes out like. As I said, hopefully the audio is good. Maybe it's crap and I need to move the microphone. Maybe I need to hard mount it somewhere different in my helmet. I don't know. I could have done this all for nothing, but I won't know until I get home. This is probably one of the harder things about vlogging with a setup like this. It's all plug in and hope it works to the ability that it's usable. And, whether it is or not is completely different. So, you could go out and record for whatever. And obviously, it's stupid to go out and record for 2 hours. Or whatever, until you know that your setup's good and golden. And that's exactly what I've done. I've literally gone out for probably nearly 3 hours. Or coming up 4. But, it's the fact that I'm on my bike, I'm having fun, I'm having a good time. But it is getting to that stage where I need to hop off and rest my backside. Because this is not a sports tourer or a touring bike. So the comfort level is not there. So that's probably another negative. That's the two negatives for this bike is the seat and the fact of the past sweep light is probably a bit too long. But hey, that's a bit nitpicky because both of those are probably a bit nitpicky to be fair. But once I get the comfort seat, or maybe I'll get the Kelpie seat cover set for this bike. And if I get that, I'll definitely do a review on it. Obviously, because the install could be relatively interesting, because I've never done that before. Never done anything like that before. I don't know if you heard that, but anyway, yeah. Seat cover from Kelpie matches the colour scheme of the bike. That might be the next thing for this bike, because obviously Yamaha, all their accessories pretty much are out of stock, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be back in stock for a long time. Which, it is what it is, but I would prefer to have tried the Yamaha one. Yeah, see, can you really hear it? Oh, that sound is just great. Obviously, the more you get on it, the more it sounds the best. That might be different with an exhaust. Obviously, when you decel, you'll get lots of pops and bangs, but I will need to find someone to be able to tune the bike. Possibly Yamaha will be able to do it. Obviously they can fit the exhaust, which I'll probably fit it myself, because I would much rather have changed the oil myself, but because of the bike's new, I can't do that. It has to go into a Yamaha dealer. That is one sucky thing about brand new bikes. A lot of dealers here in New Zealand, they will not let you do anything to them if you want to keep your warranty, and you'd be pretty stupid to do something to avoid your warranty, intentionally anyway. Obviously people have done it accidentally, but hopefully not. Right, YouTube, this is probably where I'm going to sign off. Obviously heading towards my house. But yeah, well, again, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and we'll see you on the next one. Happy riding, Merry Christmas, cheers, have a good one, keep the wheels down.